Imagine getting many of the same signals your body produces during exercise without taking a single step. It sounds impossible, or maybe just another internet scam. But buried inside every one of your cells is a tiny molecule that scientists didn't even know existed until 2015. Today, some researchers believe it could change how we think about aging, metabolism, and even exercise itself. It's called MOTS-c. And unlike almost every other peptide we've talked about, this one doesn't come from your DNA. At least, not the DNA you probably think about. So, what exactly is MOTS-c? Why are scientists calling it the exercise molecule? And can a tiny peptide really make your body behave as though it has been working out? Most people think your cells have one instruction manual, your DNA. But that's only part of the story. Hidden inside every cell are tiny structures called mitochondria. You probably know them by their famous nickname, the powerhouse of the cell. They turn food into energy. But here's something scientists didn't fully appreciate until recently. Mitochondria have their own DNA, completely separate from the DNA inside the cell's nucleus. For decades, researchers believed that tiny strand of DNA only contained instructions for making energy. Then, everything changed. In 2015, at the University of Southern California, two researchers, Changhan Li and Pinchas Cohen, found something hiding inside that mitochondrial DNA, a tiny peptide, only 16 amino acids long. By the old rules, it shouldn't have existed. At least, not according to everything scientists thought they knew. They named it MOTS-c, and almost immediately, it became one of the most fascinating discoveries in metabolism research. So what does it actually do? Think of your body as a city. Every cell needs energy. Every muscle needs fuel. Every organ has a budget. MOTS-c appears to act like an emergency manager. When your cells are under stress, whether that's exercise, fasting, or aging, MOTS-c seems to help your body use energy more efficiently. It does this in part by flipping a master metabolic switch called AMPK, the same switch your body throws when you exercise or go hungry. So instead of creating energy itself, it appears to help your cells decide how to spend it. Here's where things become really interesting. In animal studies, older mice given MOTS-c showed remarkable improvements in physical performance. In one 2021 study from that same USC lab, led by a researcher named Joseph Reynolds, old mice given MOTS-c ran roughly twice as far. Some showed healthier metabolism. Researchers even reported improvements in insulin sensitivity. The older mice behaved, in some ways, more like younger animals. And the same study found something telling in people. When humans exercise, their muscles naturally make more MOTS-c. That's why headlines quickly started calling it the exercise peptide. But that's also where the internet got ahead of the science, because MOTS-c doesn't replace exercise. Exercise changes thousands of biological pathways. Your muscles, your heart, your bones, your brain, your immune system. No single molecule can recreate all of that. Instead, scientists believe MOTS-c may be one small piece of a much larger puzzle. One of the signals your body naturally produces when it's adapting to physical stress. Human research has already begun. A company founded by Pinchas Cohen tested a MOTS-c-like molecule called CB4211 in an early clinical trial. It appeared safe and well tolerated at the doses tested. Researchers are investigating its possible role in obesity, type 2 diabetes, age-related muscle loss, and metabolic disease. But here's the important part. Those studies are still small, and many of the biggest questions remain unanswered. If you've searched online, you've probably seen MOTS-c marketed as an anti-aging injection, an endurance booster, or even an exercise replacement. Those claims go far beyond the current evidence. At the moment, there is no approved MOTS-c medicine. Large human clinical trials are still underway. Scientists are still trying to answer basic questions. Who benefits? What dose works best? How long should treatment continue? And perhaps most importantly, what happens after years of use? Right now, nobody knows. There's another reason researchers are so excited. For decades, scientists believed mitochondrial DNA had almost no surprises left. Then, MOTS-c appeared. Now, researchers are discovering more tiny peptides hiding inside mitochondria. Some may influence aging. Others may regulate metabolism. Some may not do very much at all. It's an entirely new area of biology that's only beginning to unfold. Sometimes, the biggest discoveries aren't new inventions. They're things that were quietly inside us all along, waiting to be noticed. So, is MOTS-c really the exercise molecule? Maybe. It's certainly one of the molecules your body naturally produces in response to metabolic stress. Animal studies are exciting. Early human research is encouraging, but medicine has seen many promising discoveries before. Some transformed healthcare. Others quietly disappeared after larger trials. That's why good science waits. So the next time someone tells you they've found a peptide that replaces exercise, remember this. Exercise isn't one signal. It's thousands. MOTS-c may be one important voice in that conversation, but it isn't the entire choir. And if scientists are right, the real discovery isn't that we've found an exercise peptide. It's that your mitochondria, the tiny power plants inside your cells, have been carrying secret messages all along. And we're only just learning how to read them, which raises a much bigger question. If one tiny molecule hidden in your mitochondria can do all of this, how many more messages are waiting inside that second genome? The one almost nobody knew you had. That's the story we'll open up next. Thanks for watching Brainstorm Bob. If this made you think, hit subscribe for more. Curiosity, ideas, and real answers. See you in the next one.